Alright, no, it's been a long time. This is the stock rear end. This is the stock rear end out of this jewel right here. The stock rear end out of it. I think it has 373s in it, stock shocks, so just dropped all that stuff. It was hard for me to bite down and get a set of the Viking double adjustables. I might still try to use that bracket there. So what I'm thinking, I am going to use the front brakes. Off of one of these, and I'm gonna build a bracket to mount to my new rear end. All right, so I have painted it. I did put this support bar here. This is what I do on a lot of mine, and then I end up putting hooks right here. That's why it's not painted. But looking at the sway bar setup on this, my bar may or may not be in the way because of the sway bar, and I'm probably going to run a bigger sway bar. And I'm also thinking about running like the extreme anti-roll on the top, just trying to keep it kind of stockish, suspension-ish. So that's the deal with that. So I hadn't painted that. I might end up having to cut some of it out here and come back and dip it down and re-weld it. We're gonna see. Not really sure yet there. So got it painted, ready to go up under there. I'm sure it'll need some touch up once it's actually in place. Just gotta see. But that one's out. Also got to look at the fuel setup on it up under here. Looks like there's so much room once that rear end is gone. So got a little work done this morning. The door panels are on. We'll say that it does sound amazing. You do have to get in back here in that hole to drop the shocks. At least on the convertibles, I think it's a little bit different on the hard side. So I think it's a little bit easier to get to. So had to get there to do that. So I had to cut the little carpet out. I probably could have peeled it, but was being lazy. Saw some of the system coming up there. So it is a mess. Like I said, you got to enjoy the process. This is the process. And one day I can look back on this and see all the hard work that I did. It paid off. So once again, in the mix. One's drop. One's about to go back up here. I'm still back and forth on what gear that I'm running. Was thinking about a lower gear, and then was also thinking about just trying to have a lot of fun. Stoplight to stoplight in the street, so going with a little bit higher gear. Not sure. I think I'm gonna go midways and see how the converter likes it. It's a lot easier for me to swap the gear than it is the converter. So maybe playing with the gear to try to get the converter to do what I want it to do. We shall see. Old one out, going in with the new one, and try to get this thing rolling so I can get a motor and transmission in it is the game plan right now. So we shall see in the mix.